Isak is still being linked with a move to Liverpool despite Mo Salah signing a renewal. Nunez was absent from the matchday squad completely yesterday, and the silence around it has drawn a lot of conspiracy theories, and the club are looking for more creativity. Sit back, relax. It's me. It's the Monday morning meetup show. Let's get into it.
Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work
the
up.
Two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Yes, lovely people. Hope you're well. As always, when we get behind the mic, please make sure you subscribe, comment, and like. How's everyone doing this Monday morning? I see the comments already. I know what's coming, but I mean, you guys know the deal by now. You know the deal. If it's a Monday, you know whose face you're going to see on a Monday morning. It's mine. So just like you guys might be FSG out like me, you still know they're going to run the club next season. Just like you know, I'm going to be on the Monday morning meetup show. I mean, surely we just got to deal with it now. This is the situation at hand. You guys are stuck with me. You guys are absolutely stuck with me. So what you really gonna do, huh? What can you really do about the situation? Kayan, you can throw tomatoes. You can call Tom Little. You can call Don Hassam. You can beg Matt and Drift to get me off. You can call Jamie Phillips. At the end of the day, you're stuck with me, people. You are stuck with me. What can you do? What can you do? You're stuck with me, guys. But no, all jokes aside, people, I hope you had a fantastic weekend. Apologies, my weekend was a bit crazy, especially yesterday. I had some important things to do, hence why I couldn't do the first half of the watch long and couldn't stay for much longer than I did for the post-match reaction. So shout out to Matt and Drift, who took over and sorted all of that stuff out as well. Right. We got to start with Alexander Isak. Now, obviously, Mo Salah signed his contract on Friday, which was amazing news and obviously widely welcomed with everyone associated to Liverpool. And the fans were the rival fans were absolutely upset about it, which goes to show that all these rival fans who say he's overrated and he's not better than Hazard and he's not that great, why are you upset he's staying? You shouldn't be upset he's staying. You should be happy. I know if Onana was playing for Man United on a weekly basis, I'd be happy. I know if Gabriel Jesus was the striker every week for Arsenal, I'd be happy. I know if Chelsea had, I don't know, Badiashile playing centre-back every week, I'd be happy. So if these players aren't as good as you say they are, why are you not happy that he's signed a new deal? So, boy, what can I say? Shout out to Galloway Gates shots. Big up to yourselves. Not happening. He's happy on Tyreside. Plus, you're having to bid 150 mil plus to get close, bro. I agree. I don't see it happening. Galloway Gate shots. I'm sure you've watched this channel before, bro. You know my thoughts on Isac. I think he's top two strikers in the league. It's him and Haaland for me, who are the best two strikers in the league. Across Europe, I'd say he's probably top five. In fact, I would say he's top five across Europe. I think he's a fantastic striker. He's a striker I wanted before we signed Darwin Nunez. But I agree. Newcastle's win yesterday puts them back in control of the Champions League race from their standpoint. They recorded an emphatic win over Manchester United 4-1. And they're currently in the top four. They're on 56 points behind Nottingham Forest in third place by 1 point, and they have a game in hand. So should they win their game in hand, they go on to 59 points, which puts them 5 points clear of Chelsea, who are in sixth place. Remember, there are 5 Champions League spots this season. Hence why I don't see a world where Newcastle sell, and I don't see a world where we get Alexander Isak. It's such a shame because I genuinely believe that Liverpool with Isac could go on to dominate the Premier League and dominate Europe, but it's not meant to be. And I think obviously Alex Crook was the one who linked him with us. I think we'll be linked. I think we may even try and ask the question to Newcastle. But the moment they confirm their Champions League qualification, I think all bets are off, if I want to be honest. And we just have to move on. Like, it's one of those things. It's why I keep on saying, it's why I keep on speaking about players like Delap and Ekatike, etc., and Shirky. When you have an opportunity to get them from a team that's not considered one of the bigger teams in Europe, maybe barring Lyon, because they have got name, value, and prestige, that's when you got to strike while the iron's hot, in my opinion. And we didn't do that with Isak, hence why now the fee is around 150 million. If we don't do the same with Ekatike or Delap, we're not going to get these players because we simply don't shop in those markets, which, again, I've grown to understand and live with. But we can't then miss out on opportunities of players before they blow up and get big, because when they blow up and get big, then we have no chance. If you try and get players now, then you give yourself a chance of getting these players. Shout out to Pimp. Morning, Cow. How's the school holidays going? Fantastic. They're not going great at all, Pimp. My kids and my missus are on the other side of the conservatory. The school holidays are not going... Sorry, the school holidays are going great. I can't wait for them to go back to school. I'm not struggling at all. I'm loving the fact that they go to bed late and they wake up early. I'm not struggling with the school holidays at all. I wish they could have more holidays so they could spend more time at home and, you know, make my life fun. So I don't need your help. And I'm loving the school holidays. Big up to everyone going through what I'm going through at the moment. I think I saw another comment from Galloway Gate. Shots where we shout out to Tom Little in the building. Tom, you know how it goes, bro. You got there too late. If you wanted to hijack this show, bro, you got to get there earlier. Galloway Gate Shot says he's the best, such a player that can play left, right, out and out striker. If we get Champions League, I don't think we will even entertain any interest. Even if you don't get Champions League, I don't think you'll entertain the interest because you're not in a position where you need to sell, in my opinion. So I think you'll be fine this summer. As I said, for me, I genuinely believe we need to look at alternatives for Isac. If we are going to actually pursue Isac properly, then I think you give it until mid-July, and that's hoping that other targets don't potentially move before then as well. Yeah, I just don't see it, man. I don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong, guys. Let me know in the comments if you think there is a chance we get Isac, and if so, how much do you think the price may potentially be? Let me help some of these super chats before we move on to the next topic. Shout out to John Conway, the legend that is. Good morning, Kyle. How are you? Hashtag number 20. I'm not too bad, John. Got a few aches and pains, but such is life, man. But I'm all good otherwise. Hope you and the family are good, John. Shout out to Jack H. Says, I'm surprised nobody mentioned the fact that every top journalist in the world has said he hasn't outright said no to any proposals incoming. He's leaving. Again, Jack, I hear you, but I mean, we've seen and heard so many things from journalists over the past few years. I take everything with a pinch of salt. Jack goes on to say, if he had zero intention to leave, he'd have let them know. We don't know if he's let them know or not. But even still, it's not in Isak's hands. It's in Newcastle's hands. It's not like he's got a year or two left on his contract. It's not like Newcastle was short for cash. Like, everything is in their hands. Paul Z says aches and pain because he's an uncle. I'm literally an uncle, and I am getting on as well. Talkies, shout out to Ash. Frankfurt want 90 mil, and then looks like they're getting Champions League too. Yeah, it does. But again, I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. You see, when I see teams touting out certain prices, and I see Liverpool fans go, "Oh, you know, we can't get that player because of the money here," and with all due respect, if we didn't leave ourselves so much work to do this summer, I would have a bit of sympathy. I don't have any sympathy. If you're going to put yourself in a position like this, then you've got to take what comes with it. We can't sit here and moan about prices being touted out by selling clubs because we haven't done the work we were meant to do over the last few transfer windows. Now, blame who you want to blame, whether you want to blame Klopp, Smacker, Hughes, Edwards, whoever. The fact of the matter is Liverpool Football Club didn't sign more than one player in the last 3 transfer windows when we've desperately needed cover at centre-back, a new left-back, cover in midfield, cover up top, and a new striker. We needed a new striker before the season started. We now need 2 because we've now realised that Nunez and Jota seem like they're not the players. So we can't sit here and moan about it. If we had signed, let's say the summer gone, last summer we had signed a centre midfielder. We obviously signed Chiesa, but that hasn't really worked out. We signed a centre midfielder and a centre-back and a left-back and sold Tsimikas. Right now, we're sitting there saying, right, we only need a right back to replace Trent if he definitely goes, which it looks like he will. We only need 2 strikers, and we may potentially need a left winger if Chiesa and Diaz go. But now we're looking at the possibility of needing 7 or 8 players. And shout out to Lakers. I don't know if Lakers is in the chat. If he is, big up to yourself, Lakers, as always. Lakers sent me a message yesterday because me, Matt, and Drift were kind of going back and forth on how many players we think we'd sign, and we don't think we'll sign loads of players. Big up yourself, Galloway Gate Shots. Hope you're well, brother, and best of luck to you guys for the rest of the season as well. I was saying, look, I don't think we're going to do that many deals, and me and Drift were saying we're not going to sell that many players and do that many deals, especially when it comes to Jota, for example. And Lakers was like, well, why not? Why can't we? And he's right. Why can't we? It's just not how we operate. But then again, I hold my hands up. I didn't think Salah and Virgil would get new contracts because that's not how we've operated historically. So it looks like that's happened. Well, one has already happened. It looks like Salah's going to happen. So maybe there is going to be a shift. Maybe there's going to be a change. Because me personally, if we go big this summer, it has a knock-on effect for next January, the summer after, and the January and the summer after that. If we go big this summer and we sort out as many positions as possible, then it just means we have less to do over the next few years. It means we're just fine-tuning over the next couple of years rather than doing a mini rebuild, which is effectively what we have to do this summer. So time will tell. Speaking of rebuilds and what we need this summer, a lot of journalists have been speaking about the creativity issue at Liverpool Football Club. Now, without Trent in the team, it's been glaring how much lack of creativity there is in Liverpool starting 11 and to be honest, around the squad. Now, when Trent's out of the team, automatically you'd look to your midfield, in my opinion. And McAllister, in my opinion, is creative. I don't think Gravenberch is creative, although a very good footballer. And I don't think Szoboszlai is that creative. I mean, not that I don't think. I think the facts show it. He's not that creative. Then the question becomes, what's the solutions in the squad? Now, the solutions in the squad are you've got Salah, who's extremely creative. See Guna Lee in the chat. How we doing, bro? You coming on the parade, bro? Hashtag 20, bro. So the way it goes for me is you look at Salah and you go, okay, so if you stop Salah creating, then you're in trouble. You've got Elliott in the squad, but for whatever reason, Slot just doesn't want to play Harvey Elliott. It's something that baffles me every single day. No, close it. Close it. Watch your fingers. School holidays. So much fun. Especially when all 3 of them are off at the same time. Especially when all 3 of them are causing havoc at the same time. Oh boy. School holidays. Yay. As I was saying, creativity. Harvey Elliott barely gets any game time. So then you're thinking to yourself, right, it looks like Slot doesn't really like Harvey Elliott at Liverpool Football Club. Fair enough. Look, everyone's got their opinions. I rate Harvey Elliott very highly. The fact that he's a Liverpool fan, the fact that he's homegrown, the fact that he gives his all every time he steps across the white line, the fact that I think he's creative, the fact that I think he's a good footballer makes me frustrated at the decision, but I don't see him training every day. And also, I can't sit here and go, I know more than Arne Slot. That'd be a lie. And I'd be sitting in his chair and he'd be sitting in my chair potentially. So I'm not going to do that. However, if we are going to look at creativity and we're going to lose Trent, for example, then we're not going to get a massive amount of creativity from right back. Conor Bradley's excellent, by the way, but I still think we need someone who's as good as him or better than him to come and rival him for that right back spot. Then you look at centre backs. You're not going to ask for a lot of creativity from there. You're going to ask for a few long balls to the wings from Virgil van Dijk. But again, that's still not enough. Left back, we need 2 new left backs, but we'll only get 1, in my opinion. So will you get creativity there? Maybe. Midfield, I think we need a destroyer in there. And I think that means that Grav and Mac need to be rotated with alongside the destroyer as well. That means sometimes we'll lose Mac's creativity when he's not playing. Jones isn't very creative. Sobo's not very creative. So then that to me suggests we need to get a number 10, in my opinion, who is creative, who puts up very good creative numbers. I've mentioned his name. There's no point in mentioning his name again because I know Tom Little's lurking. I know you guys are snitches. We've established this over the last few weeks that if I say a name, you're going to snitch to Sam, Tom, Jamie, Matt Drift, and whoever else there is to snitch to. We know how it goes by now. And left wing, again, not a massive amount of creativity from the left wing. Gakpo's a very good goal scorer. Luis Diaz has shown recently he's on a form streak at the moment where he's a good goal scorer, but neither you'd say are very creative. So I do think the journalists are right. And look, they spoke about Paqueta yesterday and how creative he was. Now, granted, Liverpool gave him all the time in the world to get on the ball, turn and pick out passes, which we don't usually get from oppositions. But again, I do think we need to look at that area. So I kind of want to lean on you guys here, and I want to ask your opinion on this. Who should we look at to improve the creativity? Should we look at another pivot player? Do we need to look at another 10? Do we need to look at the wing? Let me know your thoughts, guys. And let's move on to the last topic before I let you guys go. Darwin Nunez was left out of the matchday squad yesterday completely. He was in the stadium, though. Right. Where do we go from here? Everyone knows my thoughts on Darwin Nunez. Everyone does. Everyone knows Matt's thoughts on Darwin Nunez, and everyone knows Drifty's thoughts on Darwin Nunez. One thing I've always maintained about Darwin Nunez is, despite his lack of talent in some aspects of his game, he's always available. And he's always giving 100%. Some people have said he's ill, which if he was ill, he kind of wouldn't be at the stadium because you don't want the other players to get ill. Again, I'm just shooting in the dark here. If he was injured, he'd be on the bench, but they would have mentioned he'd be injured. They would have made sure the commentators and the pundits knew that. So why leave him at the matchday squad? Did Slot actually say he's ill, DNJ? Because I've not seen anywhere Slot say that he was ill. Now, I know a lot of you are saying, look, thank God he's going and he's gone, he's off, Darwin's gone. Here's my thing. I understand we need to sell Darwin, we need to move on. But you also need to maintain his value, right? And if he's not even getting game time, etc., then how do you maintain his value? How do you get people who want to come and sign Darwin Nunez to give us a fee? And Slot said he's been ill. I don't know, man. He did. If he said it post-match, fair enough. But either way, the treatment of Darwin I've got, and I'm going to shoot straight with you guys. Slot's been amazing this season, but I'm not really feeling the treatment of Darwin, man. I'm not feeling it. I'm not saying he's the be-all and end-all and he's the answer to our striking situation, but the fact that Jota always starts, the fact that no matter what he does, Jota seems to get in ahead of him, not feeling it. Not feeling it. So we'll see. Look, we all know he's going to go in the summer. Where he goes, how much he goes for, those are the two questions. It's not a matter of if, it's when. But, and we'll speak about this more on the Monday Night Live show, the favoritism and lack of rotation in the Premier League for Arne Slot. We need to look at it into a bit deeper and have a real conversation about it. So, also, I agree on this. Glenn Slot be treating many a bit funny, though. He has. But I'd also say this. Some of you fans, we've spoken about this, some of you fans are going way over the top with this Slot stuff as well. Way over the top. Like, I'm seeing things like the guy's going to get found out, the guy's trash, and like he's he slot out. Like, I'm gonna be real. That's really ungrateful from a team that's about to win the Premier League. Not just win it, but walk the Premier League in his first season with only one signing, a signing he didn't really seem like he even wanted. I don't know, man. I think we need to do better as a fan base. And also, in the creativity stuff, I'm going to leave you guys with one question, and I'm not even going to answer it. Kevin De Bruyne is available for free at the end of the season. Would you do it? Yes or no? I'm going to read your comments, and we're going to dive deeper into that in the Monday Night Live show. We should be hopefully going live around 9 p.m. this evening, so make sure you look out for that. People, if you haven't already, please do smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. We'll be back later on this evening. Couple super chats before we go. Shout out to Sean P. Casey. Well, he's given his answer there. KDB 1 year free, Cal. I'll give my answer later, Sean. Liam, big up, Cal. Which player do you see leaving us? Off the top of my head, I see Trent going, Tsimikas, Endo. No, I actually think Endo stays now if Bichette goes back out on loan. So Tsimikas, Trent, Kelleher, Yaros, Chiesa, Diaz, Nunez, and Jota might stay. So those are the 7 I see going from the immediate first team squad. And Tyler Morton as well. How can I forget Tyler Busquets? So yes, people, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the chat. Until I see you a bit later, stay safe, stay blessed, have a fantastic day. We are Team Kop-Ish. We're out, people. Take care.